Hi guys, welcome to Rootstem, and in today's video we're going to be painting up some Arbites quick and easy. So I've got my extraction boxes. I got two boxes, which will be 22 miniatures in total. Once I've built them up, we spray them completely black, getting ready for the first stage. Now the first bit is going to be me putting some dark Reaper. I'm going to layer this on with an airbrush. Just putting it into the corners just to give you a little transitional effect. Once that's been applied, we're going to dry brush heavily with some standard Mechanicus grey. I'm going to catch majority of the actual model with this. It's going to be an all over dry brush, same as kind of like doing the spot highlights, but this should be able to catch everything, and it'll catch everything that we need to be highlighted, ready for the next stage. And the next stage is to use some contrast Talisar, or Talisar, or however you want to say it, blue. We are just going to put this onto the armour panels. We're not going to bother putting it onto the fatigues. We want the fatigues to be black. This is how we're going to get the speed. So just put this onto the armour. As you can see, this effect is a really nice, very nice dark blue. And we've already kind of shaded and highlighted parts of it. So we're getting on with the actual model, well, the models themselves real quick. Remember, we've got 22 to go through. Our next step is to prep some weapons. We're going to be using some Vallejo Game Colour Scarlet Red. I'm going to start putting that onto all the weapons casings. Now, any areas of the weapons that we're wanting to actually be silver, we're going to leave those with the black on. Then we're going to highlight this with some Evil Sun's Scarlet from Citadel. Just make sure you put that through on any form of like wet palette. We're just going to layer this up and try and give it a nice bit of transition from the dark to the light. Now we're going to use a little bit of Warpstone Glow. This we are going to be placing onto the various different knee pads and kind of like the gloves. We're going to give it a bit of a Judge Dredd feel if we can help, if we can. I used to love Judge Dredd as a kid, and of course, they're Arbites. They're based on Dredd. Might as well make them match up. So the next step on the gloves is we're going to hit it with some contrast Orc Flesh. We're going to paint that all over the green that we've done. This is going to dye it down. It's going to bring it back down to like a base coat level, but it's also going to give us a bit of shading at the same time. Okay, so let's get some shoulder pad action going. On the right big shoulder pauldron, we're going to, of course, get just some regular gold. I just used I think it's called Balthazar gold from Workshop on this one. Just coated the entire area. And then we just hit that with the Old Faithful Agrap Surf Shade. And that will give us our good base for the gold. If you want to, you can add a little bit of a silver dry brush to this. This will just make it pop. Now to quickly get through some of the weapons, I just used the silver. Again, dry brushing it on just allows it to come through nice and quick, and it kind of leaves a little bit of the recess, so you've already kind of done some of the shading already there. And the areas we can't get any sort of dry brushing in because it's a bit too difficult, we're just going to paint on that Game Air Silver straight onto the model. And while we're prepping this section, you might as well get some Uthuan Grey, paint up the entire arm of the medic figure if you are fielding one. And of course, traditionally, we're going to be hitting all of the silver areas with Nuln Oil. Give it a decent coat. That will get us all nice and shaded. And while you're waiting for the null oil to dry, any of the parchments or any sort of skulls, just make sure you get those painted up with some rathbone if you've got it. If not, any sort of really bright bleachy bone colour will work. And then we're going to get some contrast skeleton horde, and we're going to apply that to any of the bone sections that we've done. And we're going to get some Agrax Earth Shade and apply that to any of the parchment that we have prepped. For the purity seals, we're just going to dot them with dollops of Volupus Pink. I believe that's how you say that. That will, again, we're just trying to make this nice, quick and easy on these later stages. We've already got the majority of stuff done. If you want this a little bit darker, just wait for it to dry quickly. If you use a hairdryer, you can do, but be careful with contrast paints that you don't push the paint around too much. You want it to settle in those recesses and then paint it over again. If you've got any areas of sort of leather belts or things of that nature, if you want to just kind of put them up with either like a bone colour again, I'll just be using Wraith Bone from Workshop, then hit it with Snakebite Leather contrast paint. That'll basically just get it done real nice, real quick. Especially on the dog leash if you're using the handler model. And then the Apothecary arm, we're going to coat that entirely in Apothecary White. So we're going to base coat some of the day stick and we're going to base coat some of the leather. Ignore where I've put Moonfang Brown on this particular bit of the video. I'd already highlighted the day stick. So we're going to use Rhinox hide as the base coat for the stick. We're also going to use it as the base coat for any leather strappings. And of course the pack at the back that holds the shotgun for some of the models. We're then going to use Moonfang Brown to highlight the day stick. And we're also going to use Rhinox Corn Red. That's going to be used to sort of highlight a lot of the red leather that we've got going on there. That will make it just really, really nice and dark. It will not show it off too much, but it will just get a hint of it being a slightly different colour to the usual browns. Now for the faces, we're going to just use some Cadian Flesh Tone. And once we've put that Cadian Flesh Tone on, we're just going to cover that with some Guilliman Flesh. That should pretty much leave all you need to do for the actual faces on the model. The faces themselves, will pretty much the detail will take care of itself. And you're not wanting, again, we wanted to get through these as quick as we possibly can. So we're not looking at highlighting that. That should pretty much be a one coat and done. For the dog, we just did the usual Rhinox hide and layered it up with a little Mournfang Brown. I'm also going to get a tiny bit of rat skin flesh and some Reikland Flesh Shade. And with the Flesh Shade, we're going to go all over the brown area. Try and give it that slightly tan hue. And the Reikland Flesh Shade we've used on the inside of the ears, just to try and differentiate, of course. Then we just kind of dry brush it off with a little bit of Doom Bull Brown. And that should just finish off the skin on the dog. And there we have it, folks. We've got these are just a selection of some of the models that I've done. We've got a complete 2 forces of Arbites painted. Quite quick, quite easily, and not looking too bad at all, if I must say so myself. Transfers, of course, have been put on there. I've mainly just used your standard sort of transfer in Micro Set and Micro Sol. That's quite easy to do. And we've got the little loud halo, I suppose it would be the best way of putting it. Your other variants of the different sergeants there. Quite quick, quite easy, and I would dare to say shouldn't take you too long to be able to achieve that look. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button if you do want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video.